I was wrong.
Correction time!
Last video, we talked about fit to fill, and I was wrong. There's a third way. It's very much like Avid. I'm going to show you right now. I want to thank again for the question, Adil Kateen Films. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing that correctly. For the initial question, can we do fit to fill in Premiere like we can do in Avid? And yes, we can. It's very similar. My bad. I would also like to thank Ivan Rudik of @IvanRudik on YouTube for pointing it out to me. So thank you. And if you've got a question, leave it in the comments. If you think I need to make a correction on something, leave that in the comments and let's get going. First of all, there were two ways that I showed you in the last video as a workaround for not having it be like Avid. And those two ways were the rate stretch tool and using the speed duration dialog box. So those are two ways you can do it. If you want to see those two ways, I will link to the video above. It'll be down below in the description, and I'll link to it at the end of the video. So you can get back there and watch the other two ways if you haven't seen that. Here's the way that's like Avid that I didn't know because I had that functionality turned off. So to start with, we need to turn that functionality on. For me, you probably already have it on, but if you don't, this is how to turn it on. So come up here, follow the bouncing ball, and for Mac, it will be under the Premiere pull down, settings, timeline. If you're on a PC, I think it's under the file pull down, your settings, or it's under the edit pull down. It's one of the two. If you're on a PC and you know, leave it for me in the comments because I can never remember and I don't use PCs that often anymore. So here we go. Settings, timeline. Then you get this dialog box. All the way at the bottom of this dialog box, reset fit clip dialog. I'm going to show you why I had that turned off in just a second, but right now I'm going to click that so it will work properly. And then I'm going to come up here, I'm going to grab this clip. Here's our dancing robot that we used in the last one. I've got my in and my out set around this motion. That's it. I don't want him to do any other motion. I just want him to do this motion in the air right now. And so I've got my in and my out set on my source clip. Now, what if we look at this, it's 1 second and 5 frames long, but the hole that I want to put this in, what I want it to cover is 2 seconds and 20 frames long. So in order to get this into there, instead of using the rate stretch tool, instead of putting it in as is and then using the speed dialog interface, we can come here and just do a regular overwrite edit. So I'm going to overwrite this right here in my timeline. 2 seconds and 20 frames, 1 second, 5 frames. I'm going to hit overwrite. For you guys, if you haven't mapped over it, overwrite should be on the period key of your keyboard. And so I'm going to hit that like that. Now you need to use that instead of, like, you can't just drag it down because it's just going to drag that clip down, right? You have to use the keyboard command for this. I guess also if you like to drag and drop, you could drag it over here and use overwrite right here and do it that way, and that will also motivate that box. But I would highly recommend that you use the keyboard because, as you know, that is my way. So if we hit overwrite from the keyboard or we drag it like I just showed you, you get this fit clip dialog box. So we would come up here to change clip speed, fit to fill, hit OK, and then it puts it into here, and as you can see, it has slowed it down by 43% in order for it to fit the hole from here to here, right? So now there you go. And then I would click on it and call up the speed duration dialog box, right? You can also do that by right-clicking and going to speed duration. I, of course, have it mapped to my keyboard, as comes as a no surprise to anybody. And then I would come over here, frame sampling, click here, choose optical flow, because if you look before I do this, look how kind of stuttery it is. It's not looking great. It's not looking great, folks. So we'll come back up here to this dialog box. We'll choose optical flow. We'll say OK. Comes up red. We need to render it. You can get to your render by sequence, render selection, because I've clicked on it. If I had an in and out set, I could hit render in out. And then there it is. I, of course, have render to one key on my keyboard, but you do you. And then look how much nicer that looks. There you go. Just like Avid, right? The reason why this was turned off for me is because when I'm editing, I want it to always ignore the source out point, and I want it to always use that choice. Because if I don't do that, and I say ignore source out point, then every time I go to edit something in, it's always gonna, every time the in out is a different duration on the source than it is on the timeline, it's gonna always ask me for that. This is always gonna come up. And I almost always, with very few exceptions, want it to see the timeline out as my main out point and ignore the source out point. So if I have an in and an out set here and an in and an out set here, I want it to ignore my source out and just default to the sequence out. And then I always say, always use this choice. That's me, you do you. But I don't want to see this dialog box every time I go to overwrite a clip in. And I almost always, 98% of the time, I want it to ignore that source out. That's just me. I like to have my source clip come into my timeline and ignore my out point. That's the whole video, folks. There you go. If you want to see the other two ways explained in more detail, hit the other video up at the end or down in the description. If you want to work with me, I've got 3-hour deep dives. I've got mentorships. Look in the description below. I'm here. I got your back, whatever you need. And if you've got a question that you want answered, leave it in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.